marketing director for Devantron Auto and RV Group. I've been with Devantron since May of 2023, so it'll coming up on 2 years. I don't want to say the road has always been easy, nor has it always been hard, but there have definitely been moments that I have felt like, gosh, like it's definitely a boys club. It's hard because as a woman we have very high standards. I think we set for ourselves, goals and everything we want to do. We are because we don't like to leave any room for error, right? Off of it, I am a Latina and a woman in this predominantly male industry. In our 23% of the industry, women of color in the industry are 6%. But as a woman, when it comes to stereotypes, like one of the things that comes off the bat is like being emotional, right?
Yeah.
We're very passionate, and sometimes that can come off as emotional. And when you are surrounded by men in these situations, it's just like, talking with your husband, you start crying. Like your husband probably doesn't handle you crying very well. You have these moments where you're so frustrated with the situation, and maybe you cry or something, and it's trying to not let your emotion be something that slows you down or stops you from your job. I'm also different too as women, so some of us are not emotional, right? And if you don't, maybe relate to that. But I know for me, like I am I love to win. I want to be the best. I love a challenge. And when it comes to like when I'm leading my teams, and I think back on like my being a BDC manager and making sure that my team was one, like following processes, being successful and making sure that we're the best. Like when that report comes out, on the BDC performance, like I want to make sure my team is at the top. And so sometimes I would get very passionate, right? And I'm like, like you get frustrated or you get excited. And so it's just learning how to control that a little bit, because we don't want to scare our male counterparts. So that's just like, I think of just some of the ways of the woman, but I also know and believe that is what has helped drive me and bring me to where I am today. Like when it comes to my teams, like I am so protective and mama hen. And if a customer is disrespecting them, or there's a conflict within, maybe I think about like, especially like in the BDC world, I think like sales team and BDC, or just in general, if there is a conflict with anybody and that's on my team, I'm like, watch out, like let's like hold on, I'm gonna like support this person, like let's get to the bottom of this. But like I've had moments I look back on and I think about being a woman when I was on the customer side, especially, whether I was BDC or BDC manager, or I was just working on internet sales, and there's just some interactions that have happened. And I actually had this conversation not too long ago with a woman that's on the retail side, but just the way customers even talk to you, right? Like it's not even so much the workplace sometimes, it's what's happening on the customer side, which is really interesting because we talk about how customers delivering an experience to our customers that they deserve, right? And that we want to change this narrative of what buying a car is like. But we also have people on the other side that cannot be very, like, they're not very nice sometimes.
100%.
And they are disrespectful. They're like, or they just, you never know some of the things. I mean, just some of the things that have come on the other side. Some crazy stories, and it's just, it is good when you do have your male counterparts. Sometimes in those situations, like I remember having to go on a test drive with a customer and I was not comfortable going on that test drive, right? And having one of my male teammates come in and say like, hey, I'm gonna go with y'all on that test drive, because they can kind of read the room a little bit. Without making it an awkward situation, like, telling the customer, hey, I'm training today, I'm gonna go on this test drive with Ashley, right? Because there are times that there have been situations that are unfortunate as a woman, and you have, it's just, there's so many different things that being a woman in the industry, our male counterparts don't have to think about or maybe encounter. First in Minnesota, I was helping my auto group kind of start BDCs, right? They were trying to build a BDC process and get it, figure out how it looks like in all their stores. And we hired a BDC director. Her name was Angela Schlitz. And she's still in automotive actually today. She had actually left to go to the real estate world, and she's back in automotive, which makes me so happy because we need more people like her. But I would say, like, from that day-to-day perspective, like Angela, I had great mentors and great men that were in my corner, helping to give me the opportunity and put me in the room where and when I needed to. But it's also really good to have a woman who kind of gets it, right? That you can talk 100%. To. And Angela was definitely one of those people for me. Like, I remember when she first joined our group as our BDC director, and just being able to have that like mentorship and guide and cheerleader through different times. It was really, really awesome. From an industry perspective, there's two women I can really think of that I've always, it's so funny, I had always looked up to them, and now I get to call them like friends and mentors. Was two people. So Subi Ghosh is somebody, like, she was in retail and like just killing it in the BDC world, and then she's transitioned over to the agency side, and it's so awesome to see her like killing it again and just doing awesome things for so many people on a bigger scale. And I love that, like, she's just always a phone call away when I am like struggling with a problem, when I'm trying to strategize or troubleshoot. I know Subi's always there, and we connected through WOCAN. Like, when I first met Subi through WOCAN, which is Women of Color Automotive Network, I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I'm here having a conversation with Subi. Like, I have watched you speak, I have like followed you for so long, and now we're having a conversation, and now I get to call you friend. WOCAN, Carrie Wise, like, is just always like, I don't even know, I could not tell you how many years it's been that I have followed Carrie Wise, and we connected when she started WOCAN with three other amazing ladies. They started this nonprofit for women of color in 2020, and WOCAN has just been a safe place. Whether you're a woman of color or a woman, like, just being able to talk to other people that relate. Like, you talk about being a woman, but also for me being a Latina, I have like pulled back a lot of, like, just because I try to be professional, I try not to like show my Spanish accent sometimes when I say things, right? Because people react a certain way. And so being able to talk to these women through it, and then find who I am in my culture and be proud of it, not shy away from it.
100%.
So Carrie started this nonprofit, and I'm now vice president, to her president in the nonprofit. And so she's just amazing, and being able to help the women that we have through it. Women who have been with me like every day, right? Like the women who have really been in the trenches with me, whether we met working together at a dealership or we connected at a conference and we just talk all the time. But it's those women who I really like, they're why I can say I am still here 15 years later. Your bestie at work, but it's really the besties at work that help you sometimes when you just need to talk something through or celebrate something, right? It's not always negative, but it's just somebody that you can share your wins with, talk through your challenges, and just be there for you when you need it. And so those are, like, for me, those are my unsung heroes of, I have these amazing women that I've had to look up to, and I believe every woman in this industry should have somebody to look up to, but you want to have your community that's around you, whether it's at work or remote. They definitely are like, they're my people. When I joined Demontron, one of the things when we were talking through the process of bringing me on the team was they were adamant about their history and their relationship with NCM, right? They've been a part of NCM for such a long time. And so one of the things was like, hey, you got to be in a training group. We want to make sure that you're part of NCM, that you're learning and growing in that way. You'll have to find a 20 group. And I was like, oh gosh, okay, I've never done this before. But I do remember David Kane reaching out to me when I was in Minnesota and invited me to a 20 group. And so he's who I reached out to. I joined Demontron literally like end of May. It was like May 27th was my first day. I reached out to David like mid-June, and he's like, hey, Ashley, actually we're starting a marketing director 20 group. It's the first we've ever done. And it's in July. It's like in 4 weeks. So I was like, oh gosh, okay. He was like, you come to this meeting to be a founding member, or you can wait and see like when rolled out members in. And I'm like, oh, I went to my leadership and I'm like, I found this group. It's specifically for marketing directors. Yeah, it's specifically for marketing directors. It's the first one they're kicking out. It's not like, it's it's supposed to be a really great opportunity to do the team moderating. So I was super excited because I've heard so many great things about David, and was just so happy to have an opportunity to finally learn from him. And what I didn't expect, what I really honestly did not expect was the community in my 20 group. My 20 group feels like a family. I'm actually driving to Austin right now because we have our 20 group meeting today kicking off. And I am so excited for what we have planned. I'm on the executive committee. I'm our chairperson for the group. I'm so excited for the agenda we're bringing to everybody. I love every single person in our 20 group. We have a great group. And what I love about them, on top of their amazing personalities, is we challenge each other in the best ways needed. It's really tough as a marketing director because it feels sometimes like it's just everybody wants more traffic, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants more traffic. You get it. It's like sometimes you're like, oh, is it ever enough? And then it's a new month and we start the cycle all over again. And so it's really, there's a lot of different things at play for all of us. And so to be able to have this group of people to talk through these things through economy, through industry changes, through brand, challenges, and being able to look at the numbers and understand who's doing something great and how can I learn from that. So I love our 20 group. It really is. It's been there since I started at Demontron, and I'm so glad I have them. I don't know how I've got this long in the industry without being in the 20 group. And for women, we have a really great group of women as well. And it's really cool when you get us together, all of us. But I love every single person on this group, and the women, we've just gotten really close. It's really cool to see, we have one woman who was brand new, fresh out of college, new marketing director to her group, and being able to see her grow. It really does. We talk about Women's History Month, and so many of us that have come to where we are in our careers, but it really is a village. It's a village of men and women. We need our allies to be in our corner, to be for us when we can, right? To hear us sometimes. Sometimes, we're not always heard right away. So we definitely need each other. And same for, men with us. I don't know how many times I have sat down with a GM and we're, trying to go through building a new team. And they're like, I need to make sure I have some women on my team. So it's not that women are not wanted in automotive.
Yeah.
We just need to make sure that they know, it's our job in our careers as successful women in automotive to let other women know what is possible in this industry, and that they are wanted, and there are places for them, that we celebrate them and lift them up and grow them and build a career path for them.